All right, guys, welcome to Northern Baggers, our ACL Pro John Fuentez, and our good old Canadian boy, Brandon Brown. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome, boys. Thank you for having us.
Thanks. What's happening, boys? What's happening, man? So excited to have you guys on the show. I'm excited about this one. I know I've said that a few times in the past episodes, but I'm super excited about this one. We're going to get into it tonight, I think.
Before we do, sure. I've got a red light with me tonight. A good old berry beer.
Nice. I got Coors Light, boys.
Nice. Coors Light. You can't go wrong. Coors Light. What do you got there, Seb?
Well,
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon, Belgium.
I got a special one today. So check this out, man. I don't know if you could see it, but I got my square ice with my skull ice with some 40 Creek, and then I'm gonna top it up with some Pepsi here.
Oh, he's top shelf right there.
There you go, man. Look at that.
You're not throwing bags tonight, buddy.
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna get by the time this is done, I'm hammered. I'm a light drunk, so
that's crazy. You can't throw bags and drink.
No, I can't.
It's one or the other.
Oh, see, I can't throw bags without drinking.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So on that same topic with drinking, right? This sport, from all the people that we've been speaking with, everybody's been playing this. It's always a cottage game, at least in Canada. It's always up in the cottage. It's in the back of a trailer, just throwing bags. And when we reach out to them, they don't realize that there's actual leagues out there, that there's large organizations such as ACL, where John plays out of, right? And up here, the Cornhole Canada League, right? So it's insane. So John, first question. How did you start playing, and when did you actually fall in love with the game?
I actually been playing for probably 15, 16 years. We had a wiffle ball league, and there's this older guy. He was amazing, and he had that perfect spinning bag. Nobody else did. Everybody else, I was holding the corner of the bag then, flipping it. Yeah. And I was good, but nothing like him. But they had 3-foot boards, of course. But man, we just played it in the middle of our wiffle ball. We had leagues and games and tournaments, and just always play between games. And then I never thought it would go anywhere but there. But man, it blew up. It's crazy.
Right. 15 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, we've been.
I tell people that.
Yeah, we've been playing here for I've been playing for a long time, but not saying we're professional here, but in a league structure, it's only been 1 year. So having that 15 years of experience, you must have evolved your game since then. So when you first were playing, you say you were just kind of flipping it. How did you start to evolve your game as the years went on?
We actually, you seen him doing it, and then me and my cousin, we figured it out, and then we didn't have very many tournaments around here. I'm only it's probably 10,000 people in our town now, and it's not very big, but we just we got the spinning bag, and then people started playing more. We always played cookouts and stuff mainly, just with buddies here, but they I guess only maybe 2 or 3 years here they've been playing tournaments, and I tried to have a big money tournament and thought everybody would come and guaranteed $1,000, and nobody came. We had 13 teams, so I couldn't even pay it out. But then about 2.5 years ago, it just blew up. Me and my buddy went down to Oklahoma City. This dude Justin Winchell was throwing. We heard it was the ACL Regional. We didn't even know what that really was, but we went down, tried it. We won. We ran through everybody somehow, but won that and came back here. And then around here, we started trying to get people to play. Nobody to play, and then talked to the Kansas City guy, Mark Isley, my sponsor, and he's just one of my good friends. But told him he needed to be a director, and then all of a sudden he blew it up, and he was selling out regionals with 256 player. I mean, it was insane just how fast he blew up. It was awesome. And just having the pros come, they were showing up because his payouts were better than anybody in the country. Yeah, it was insane. Awesome. It's just going up from there, gone crazy.
And for the folks at home, what town are you from?
Parsons, Kansas.
Kansas, nice.
And then I'm not from Kansas City, but we play there a lot. We don't have an actual ACL regional director or local director here, so we have to try. everywhere's 2 hours from us that we can play. So we travel a lot. It's kind of gets old, but
we're going to get into that for sure because I want to hear about your travels this past weekend. Brandon, how did you get started into this crazy game of cornhole?
It was about I got to say about 2 years ago. I went to a Philadelphia Eagles game, first game ever. I'm out there having a time. I'm a huge Eagles fan. Got a tattoo. I'm all geared up. So I'm walking by and I see these guys playing this game, and I'm like, "The hell is this?" And so they're like, "Hey, come over, play." And I'm Canadian, and I'm all Eagles up, so they're loving me. So really friendly right away. Offer some beer, some food. Said, "Hey, try this game out." And I'd already like a big game I play is washer toss.
Yeah.
It's a box. You throw it in. So I was quite good at that. So I said, okay, let me give this a try. Went out there, started throwing these guys. Me and my buddy ended up beating these two older guys. And the one guy goes, "Hey, how long you been playing?" I go, "It's my first game." He goes, "Well, you got a spin on the bag." I go, I'm just throwing it for the hole. I don't know what like. And these bags they had different grips to them. And I was like, what side should I be using? Right. And the guys just whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm hammered. I just kept throwing. So then I didn't play it after that. Nothing. I didn't know it was here. I just thought it was an American thing. So probably in May last year, my buddy said, "Hey, there's a tournament going on for cornhole." And I was like, "Tournament? What do you mean? Like, what's going on?" Like the hockey guys, this guy Nick Ferris. And he's like, "Hey, I want you to be my partner." And it was for the May 2-4 weekend, but I go away with the family. So I said, "Shit, I'd love to, but I couldn't." So then in June, I got my first set of boards. My buddy made it. Like, they're good boards, but they're not anything professional. Like, they bounce a lot, they move, the legs aren't cut properly. So I just started playing outside with my buddies, and I would just whoop them, like, not even close. Like, and when I do something, I go by the rules.
Hard. Yeah.
So I checked up everything. So I started ordering these bags, like really bad cloth bags off the internet, like 8 bags for $40 because they're 6 by 6 inches, and I bought a little scale and I weighed it, and I was like, okay, not knowing that there's good bags. So then I get a chance in September of last year to go to the Barrie tournament that you guys were hosting. And so I go out there, and then I find out that I can't use my bags because they're illegal. Like, stuff in it, not anything. I'm like, oh God, what do I do now? So that's when I ended up buying. I bought these sets of bags. So I bought this one.
Those are the OG, the Barrie OG stick and
Barrie
slicks,
OG one. So it had the slick side and the smooth side, and I bought legend bags because I wanted to see the difference. So I ended up using the Barrie bags the whole tournament. Me and the wifey, we finished second in doubles.
Nice.
Then I went 4-0 in the doubles. I went 4-0 and then lost first round. And then in the singles, I went 4-0 and lost first round to good guys out of Kitchener, Waterloo, who've been playing for 6-7 years.
Right.
And so I made a bunch of friends out of those guys. And they said there's leagues and stuff. And I was like, okay, I really want to do this. So it wasn't up till December of last year was the first time I ever even threw indoor. I was always outdoor, the wind, it's cold, like all this stuff. So playing indoor is 100% easier. I couldn't believe, okay. And then once you start playing indoor, I could only play, I'd have to drive to Kitchener, which is an hour and 15 from me.
Right.
Go play in this guy Justin's little shop thing. And then I realized, wow, I was shooting 60s outside. Now I'm shooting 85s, 90s in this thing. And I'm like,
yeah, and we're gonna get into that 9 because I have me and you got to the finals, and I want to talk about that actually. That 85, But anyways,
because actually,
I was supposed to play you. And
well, we did play. Yeah, I so you threw an 85. And then I was the same way. I was actually throwing. Hey, I think I could beat that. I would just started throwing 87, 9. I'm like, and then I stunk it up. I threw a 59, and I blew a tire, and I was like, oh my God! But you were throwing
had a good round before that.
Yeah,
I got a good round before that.
Yeah, I had an 89, I think, before that. So
we'll definitely get into that. I just want to get back to John for a second. Yeah. So John, excuse me. At what point do you become an ACL Pro? Tell us about the road to get to that ACL Pro when you actually.
I'm interested in this.
So yeah, like I said, that first tournament, me and my buddy Adrian Napper, we went to, we won that one. So we got points, and then you can actually see yourself, in the rankings because they keep them. So we're just like, man, that's why we talked Mark Isley into it. And we're like, man, we need somebody in this area to get that going, because Oklahoma City was 4.5, 5 hours away or whatever. Right. So we didn't want to drive that, but and Mark's only 2. And I don't think we actually did it that year. We just kind of played in tournaments that we could, but I can't remember if it was that year or not. But I think it might have been. And then Mark Isley started it up a couple months later, and then we went to every tournament we could, and we never lost a tournament that year. It was
awesome.
Good run, made some good money, but we actually didn't know the rules. We didn't really know about how the pro stuff worked, and we just happened to the top 16 in the conference rank wise. You got the invitation to be a pro in every conference around the United States, which is how it worked then. It doesn't work like that now, but so we got an email, not knowing it was even coming, and was just like, what the hell? What's this mean? We can be a pro, and we're just like, wow. We thought we were just like, whoa, we could be pros at this. So we just looked into it, and we became pros that year. My buddy Jake Nance actually qualified too, and he decided he didn't want to, because me and Knapp were going to be partners, and nobody else in the area he could really play with. So. Then we didn't know anybody. I didn't know any pros, obviously, but so we became pros that year, and then we actually were pros this last year when COVID freaking hit, but we went to the first national in Florida, and then COVID, we drove to Cleveland, and they canceled the national right when while we were there. But it was just basically you had to be in the top 16 in your conference, and you got the invitation. And I mean, it took a lot of traveling. We went, we're going to Kansas City, Wichita, Arkansas, St. Louis. I mean, these are 2 to 5 hours away. We're just traveling everywhere because getting points. And then you have to play local points too. You have to play local, regional, and conference points, because they're worth more. As the conference are worth 300 of each tournament, and locals are only worth 30. Right. So you can't, you had to travel. I mean, you didn't have a choice, but it's totally different now. Now it's, once you're a pro, you have to finish in the top 100 singles or the top 50 doubles to stay a pro. You get the option to stay a pro. Everybody else, they just drop out. You're done. You have to go to the qualifier in South Carolina in August.
Hey, John, question. With all that stuff, can anybody go to those tournaments? Like, do you have to be a pro to go to these tournaments? That one that you said, the nationals, like the big, but I mean, like the regionals and all those other ones. Like,
no,
everybody can show up.
Yeah, it's social. And then they have different. Social, intermediate, competitive, and advanced. So advanced pro or whatever you call it. But those are anybody can go to those. But then they have they used to not be pro nationals. They used to just be nationals. Mm-hmm. Anybody could go to them. And so if you could be a social player and get on ESPN to play in bags. I mean, it was championships were on ESPN. You were on ESPN. So, and they were all throwing 12 packs, but you're like, oh yeah, you're social. So it was ridiculous. But now with all, I don't know if it's because of COVID or what, but it's just pro nationals. And now they have, they're called opens, where anybody can show up, and you actually, it's like a pros versus Joes, or pros with the Joes. So everybody comes in, you play with your partner, you do, they call it rounders. You play your first round. You guys played rounders at all?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Here, yeah. Round robin, yes.
Oh, you do. Well, not round robins. They do rounders. Is like, so I'll play you two, and I lose. So my next game will be against somebody 0-1, and if you win, you'll play somebody that's 1-0. So you play people that are 4-0. You'll play somebody 4-0.
Like that.
So it doesn't. You don't get to beat up on these people because you get an easier road than these guys. You actually play the people that their same ranking. So
nice. How many losses does it go by? Like 2 losses, you're out, or
rounders? No, you play. They say how many games you're going to play, and that's how it works. Like the pro qualifier, you play 8, and usually if you go 6-2, you're going to be a pro next year.
Okay.
To make out of 500. So I think last year is 320 something, but yeah, this year it'll be crazy. This year, I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. The bigger it gets, I don't think there's a limit. I think just whoever comes, you get to play.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I think it's just starting. I mean, you guys obviously down there in the States, like it's huge, but like the backstory you were saying, like we're kind of like in Canada. I think we're at the beginning stages where like a lot of guys need to drive 2-3 hours to go play, and like we're really just starting off. So it's nice to kind of talk to you about that and how the progression to see like that's maybe our pathway too, right? And so that's really cool.
Yeah. ACLs they just do it different. I mean, you have ACO too, and they don't have ESPN or CB. Like it's just crazy what the ACL's done in just a quick time. Now we got CBS Sports, and CBS Sports will be next summer or this summer. It'll be a pro. There will be 9 tournaments of just pros throughout the whole summer. There will be one like every week. So it pays big, and it'll be all on CBS Sports. So it'll be it's kind of cool. And we get Topps cards. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. Like,
do you have yours?
Not yet. We took they took our pictures on the broadcast this last weekend. So they'll show us our pictures, and we can pick out one of those, and we'll have our own Topps card.
So is that going to be your rookie card? Like this will be your rookie card technically, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's rookie card.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna buy them all, man. With the way the card market's going, you never know. These things might be worth something. The first cards, right? We got to start from Canada too.
You remember growing up as a kid in Canada with the hockey cards, right?
Absolutely.
Got them, need them, got them.
Yeah. See, we did basketball cards, man. I had them all. Now, you get your own card. It's pretty crazy. I never thought it was coming, but
it's going to be funny when you see Matt Guy get his rookie card. He's been playing for 40 years.
Yeah. Hey, believe it or not, he was in ACL, but he has more ACL national wins than anybody. He's got 9.
Yeah, to be honest, that's how I, after I started playing, I started joining all these groups and all these, everything online, started watching videos. Like, I won't lie to you, I watch videos all the time because there's nothing else to do. I try to emulate my style after Matt Guy. Like he is like a robot. When you see him, he does the same shot over and over.
Repetition, yeah.
It's crazy.
Muscle
memory. I don't know if you guys saw the other day, he posted 2 videos. He went 95 out of 100 in the hole, sliding. And then he went 48 for 50 airmails.
Wow. Crazy.
It's insane.
Like 48 for 50 with airmails. He's doing a play round himself with airmails.
You can't play that. Like you place a block, he goes airmail. You can't. How do you have to play. You got to go for the hole. Like
you got to do the Cobra Kai move, right? You got to sweep the play, right?
You sweep the hits, right, man. That's
do something.
But the only thing going against him now is his new bags. The Fire Starter bags. I'm getting mixed reviews with them, and he's so used to his other bags that it's like you can just tell with Jamie Graham right now. He is not throwing his style because he's not used to these bags yet. But if you give these guys a full year with these to get better with them, I think they'll do a lot better. They're not used to.
Well, and the bags, they'll change the bags too, to make them feel different.
For them, but
they can do that.
That's huge in this game, and I didn't know.
It's crazy.
John, how many sets of bags do you have?
Yeah, it can definitely become a problem. you know.
Yeah. I had probably 19 or 20, but I sold all my non-stamp bags because now they're making us have to throw ACL stamp pro stamp bags. So I got rid of all the ones that weren't because I just so I could.
So do you have do you have different styles you throw with? Like you practice, like when you practice, do you just practice with your bag, your say 7 and 9, or do you practice like a 4 and an 8? And a 7 and a 10, like, do you practice different stuff for like line draws, or do you just stick to your bag and that's it?
I practice. I used to. I just how I used to practice and whenever I was trying. I was the best around here in my area easily. Nobody could really beat me, and I didn't really practice because I wasn't worried about it. Well, then this kid, my buddy Kyle Hutley, one of my good friends, the ones I just rode to frickin' Florida with. God, it sucked. But he he started beating me, dude. He just got better, and he just started throwing his airmails just like unreal. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? And I couldn't freaking beat him. Yeah. So yeah, it was back to the drawing board. I just do a lot of bags, but I would get 20 back. They had a 20 bag challenge thing here. It's like a virtual kind of thing that you throw 16 slides and 4 airmails, whatever, airmails are worth 2 points. You try to beat people. But so I started throwing 20 bags. Well, I would just pick them up out of the hole, and then just pick up 4 bags and not look, basically. So I started practicing like just, if it was a Reynolds, you just throw the Reynolds, and I pretty much throw any bag now. I mean, if you give me a slick side, I'm going to throw the bag in the hole. But you can just work. And the stick bags, you can just work, man. It's unreal.
Yeah.
They will do crazy. I can curve a bag from the right side of the board straight sideways. It's unreal.
And then with the rolls and the jump shots, everything.
It's funny how the bags went from I found they went from fast to then faster bags to now back to the stick bag. I think the people really want that kind of in between. Like they want a stick bag that can stick, but that is controllable and has a little bit of speed as well, right? Is that kind of like the go-to?
You got to have speed. Yeah, got to be able to get through. You got to be able to get through them gaps, and I like the teardrop. Oh, what's what we call it? I call it the teardrop, where you just sneak in that barely that right side. Like I did on ESPN, I guess, but it was a little harder. But
you did.
It just falls.
We got that video. We're gonna show up in a minute.
Right,
I wanted to ask. I just wanted to backtrack for a second. So pre-COVID, when you're just at home with your locals, how many days a week were there leagues, or were you playing with other people?
One.
Just one, really?
We only have Monday. Yeah, just Mondays. That's all we got. No, like I said, it's only 10,000, but our town is full of. It's unreal how many good. We got 3 pros from here that could have been 4 if my buddy Jacob would have went. And we're just a small town in the United States, and there's only 250 pros in the whole United States, and 3 of them are from here. Like it's awesome. It's crazy. We just thought about it the other day, and we're like, damn, we have 3 pros from our town. No other town has it, and we're just some little town that. It's just crazy. And then I throw with an 11-year-old kid. I don't know if you saw me throw the other day, but we won a pro tournament with Windsor and all them there. We won it. Me and this 11-year-old kid from here.
That's what I love about this game. And you see, you see a guy like, Damon wins, I don't even know if he's in the 60s.
Awesome.
The beauty of this game is that literally it doesn't matter. Like you can play with an 11-year-old as your partner, but if he throws, it doesn't matter. Like the physicality, like you don't need to be a specimen of fine-tuned, physical being. You, as long as you have the accuracy and you can throw, man, that's why I love this game.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's unreal. It's not I've been beat by women, kids, old men. It don't matter, man. You get beat by everybody. Yeah. It's crazy. That's why you gotta love it. Like 11-year-old kid, and there's a 10-year-old. Ian Cripps is a beast.
Yeah. Wait till they start. They're probably just getting into it. Wait till they get 10 years of experience, man.
Look at Trevor and Easton. I watch a lot of their stuff because they play a lot. But 6 and 3, and he's got airmails. He's got roll shots. And he's not even paying attention half the time.
I know.
He's daydreaming over here.
He's just slinging his bags.
His dad yells at him, "Okay, it's your turn." Okay, Dad. In the hole.
Yeah.
His dad's so into it, and he's just like, "What?"
It's
just
unreal.
Another day for him.
I know, man. It's amazing.
Pretty crazy.
It's
gonna be crazy.
So I'm gonna stop us for a sec, but not stop us. I'm gonna bring up the video. The first video we're gonna share out is the ESPN video. Now, before we get to it, I do want to ask, was this your first time on ESPN?
Yeah, it was.
So tell us about that experience. I mean, you're correct me if I'm wrong. You're throwing outside of the big stage, right? When you're doing your prelims or things like that.
The big stage is it's up here, this little square. You got ESPN, and then down here you got this area like a gym. It's a gym, but in this area you got ESPN and the lights and the cameras, stands, and it's you're watching it, the whole time. Like I'm watching while you're watching it on TV. I'm watching, Baldwin and Camp over there. They're throwing on ESPN, so it's crazy. But and then they announced it So for me, it was just like me and Corley were practicing. We just played on the secondary, whatever you want to call it, secondary broadcast, where they're announcing and stuff, and beat them to 21-0. Well, they said Corley Fuentez to the main broadcast, and I was like, uh-oh. I looked at him. I said, does that mean we're playing on ESPN? He's like, yeah. I was like, shit. I didn't tell anybody. So I had to text my sister, like, spread the word. They said 5 minutes. So, we have 5 minutes and we're there. And man, I walked up and I actually wasn't nervous. I don't know why, but I had to have my earphones in. I had to have my music in. But
how many of these did you have? Did you have any at all, or?
I drank 2. I drink, spread them out. I can't drink and throw. But if I drink, once I get a little bit of not feeling like I can throw it in the I'll drink one just to keep the nerves, down. And but I got to the ESPN court and walked out there and you start warming up. You get to warm up for a little while, so it's kind of good, that for sure. Then I just whenever they said go ahead.
What bags did you guys go with for that game?
I did the Ultra Widow Bs.
Yeah, those are
kind of different. Right? No, the Widow. Oh, no. There's a Widows that are fat. They're kind of fat and they're kind of stick out the dots and they're kind of sticky on one side. But the Widow Bs are the new ones, and they're really sticky. Like the boards at Nationals were ridiculously sticky.
Yeah, I heard that they
really.
Oh, they were stupid slick. So, but the Widow Bs, they would just stop. They were instant stop if you wanted them to. You threw them a certain way, they would just stop. They wouldn't move. Right. But so we started throwing there, and you get to warm up for probably 5 minutes while it's on commercial or whatever. 2 minutes, I guess, is probably what it was. And then they say these bags are live, and that's just like, oh shit! Like you look, and then you can see like 4 TV screens, and it's you on ESPN, and you're like, shit. I just tried to pay attention to the board, but I started with the 12-pack, so it was okay.
I was gonna say, like, you have to you gotta zone that out, like, I know that talking to professional athletes, like when they're playing in those big games, like Game 7s, you talk to them athletes, like, I don't even hear the crowd. Like, is that what happened? You kind of tunnel vision and just like say, this bag, that hole, I got to do this.
Yeah. Just that's why I had to wear earphones. I don't wear headphones all the time, but at that point I definitely had to, because I heard that you could hear Trey Ryder and them talking. While you're quiet.
Yeah, that would screw me
not
up. Very
loud. Yeah, and they're saying, Fuentez is probably going to throw the airmail here, stuff like that, and you're like,
I must have thrown airmail. Maybe I should. Yeah, yeah, that would screw me up.
But
man.
You're like, man, maybe there is a lot of holes.
John, what's
so that's
John. What's hilarious was I actually watched your match live, because they were showing some of them. You can go on their thing and watch the download live, and so I was watching it, and I was like, oh my god, it's a really good match, because I watched a lot of their matches that I to be honest, they were very lopsided, some matches. Like, you were watching guys going up 13-0, and then guys 3 points, and then use 21-3. And like, all right, should those guys even be in there?
Yeah.
And you guys were playing against Glasscock and his partner, who were pretty much rookies, they were saying. And it was just good, going back and forth. And I was like, okay, this is what it's all about. Like, this is what you want, a good game on ESPN. You want to watch it. You want to get excited.
Since it turned, since we won, I like it. But no, I wanted to just beat them 21-0.
Yeah, no, for me it was a lot better. 21-0, sure. I would have turned off after 14-0. I would have been like, all right, I'm going to watch it. Like,
so I'm going to bring up the video.
Yeah, we got up 14-7. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what are you listening to, by the way? What's your playlist? What's your go-to music?
I listen to a little bit of everything, and then once I just repeat, just keep playing it back, double tap, no matter what it is. I don't care if I'm throwing good, and it's a song I'm listening to the rest of the time.
Okay, so
but I'm listening to anything from country to hip hop to Eminem to
no salsa,
whatever's
merengue, no.
Nope, none of that.
All right, Matt. So here we go. Let's see if we can share this out. Can you guys see this?
Well, I can see it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go through it, and then we'll pause it a couple times here. So there's Mr. Fuentez ready to take a shot at 17-14 here.
Yeah. I shook my head because I was like,
so this is the shot this is the shot everybody's talking about, right? And
see, I was looking ahead. So I saw Lynn there. I was like,
nobody knows what to do. Like, do we go get the bag? What's going on here?
We start over.
Yeah, he said, when he got back, he said, walk of shame. I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt bad afterwards.
But he comes back with his next shot, which was good.
Yeah. So they went up in the hole.
Like,
and then
this shot right here.
Got to go
clutch.
Yeah. You have to get that one in, eh? Like,
So right there, were you just hoping that you pick off that other bag, or I mean, you obviously
I wanted to leave it. I wanted to leave it there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I always try to leave my bags there if I can, if it's only, especially on my second and third bag.
You were doing that earlier in the match. You were blocking him a lot earlier in the match, I noticed. Both you and your partner were like, even their guys, where you guys were setting up the block and trying to throw the other guy off, and then just changing up the styles. And it was amazing to see. Just you guys didn't just like, you would block the guy and he would one time go for airmail, and then another time go on top of your block, and next time try to go around. It was like not one thing was the same.
And sure enough, it seems to have worked because he just comes short there, right?
Yeah. You see, he tried to sneak in that left side.
Yeah. And there you go.
Nice bag.
Brought it in. So here we go. Here's a shot. So now you got to sneak this in, right, for the win. And,
he tried to grab his bag there instead of just going in the hole, which was a mistake.
Yeah, he should have went for the hole for sure.
Hard shot.
So just try to block up the hole on you and force you with an airmail. I would have tried like something like that. But even this is not a give me shot right here because you're going left to right. No.
And his bag's hanging over too.
It's a lot easier. You got to go now across your body across the board.
So are you?
Luckily, I work on this shot a lot, and I like the left to right to left. You know, that's my shot. I spin the back left naturally, unless I open my hand more. So I like this shot.
Yeah. So you're trying to cut it a bit, right? You're going to shoot it away, and then try to spin it the right way so that when it hits, it'll spin back into the hole, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you're shooting away and then cut.
These boards were actually sticky, so it was weird. All the rest of them were iced, and then this one was pretty sticky. So usually I would just go a high bag, and I'd run it up there right next to the hole and just let it kind of creep in because his bag won't go that way. But I actually had to throw it pretty hard, which I didn't want to do, but it worked out for sure. But man,
let's see it, man. Let's see this.
So you're thinking, okay, I got this, man. I got
right there. I was thinking, don't miss this freaking shot. I looked at the score. I was like, yep. I said, this is for the win. This is ESPN. You got Trey just drew the line. Yep. Trey just drew the line. You got to make this shit.
But you hit that line perfect, man. That was a beautiful shot.
That was a gorgeous shot.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
So that was your first time on the big show, huh?
Yeah.
You come out with the wing. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy to come out.
On a side note, your partner shot very well that round too. He was
he did.
Because if I had to say out of those two guys, I would say that they were pretty evenly matched, but your partner was just mentally screwing the other guy over by putting that blocker every time. Yeah. I just didn't know what to do. And then you just come down and put a blocker and then go in. And you guys, because they're rookies, I think you guys mentally broke it. I'm not saying that you guys aren't better skill-wise, but it was a mental game there. It wasn't because I seen you all 4 of you guys put 4-packs in. 4-pack. And then once you put the blockers, it threw everything off.
Yeah. See, I'm not one of them. I don't ever just shoot it out. I might shoot it out with somebody in the middle of a match to see what they do. But if you're matching me bag for bag, we're going airmails. I throw 70% airmails or better. So we're going airmail battle. I'm not, and I can spin. I'm not letting you just slide in with me. It's old. You're just doing nothing. I like strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's the best part about this game is the strategy. Yeah. That's what I love about it. Like, we do deck rounds, and deck rounds are fun. Don't get me wrong, but there's no bag in the way. You just keep throwing a robot at you. Just get a robot up there throwing it. Like how many times?
Unless you're me and you throw a block to yourself. Like that's what I do when I play.
Oh, you love blocking yourself.
It's like crazy. I'm like I'm mentally like screwing my own self up, and then I get it. What happens to me in virtual is I miss the first bag. And then I'm like, oh my God, I start calculating the points that I'm losing and how much I have to get. I'm like, oh, I get into my own mind, man. Yeah, I hate virtual.
No, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go.
Pressure for sure.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is a lot of pressure. When you put the camera on,
oh yeah.
Like I've played like high level ball hockey and all that stuff and been on TV. But like when you put the camera on for a Facebook Live or something, I feel like everybody is there. Like I missed one bag and
everything changes.
And I'm like, oh my God, people are making fun of me. Like
I'm more nervous there than I was on ESPN.
Yeah. So when you were playing our game, right? Because we were playing each other in the virtual. I don't know if you noticed, but I was on your feed. I was trying to comment, trying to get you like to look and like trying to get you off your game, but I don't.
No, I have somebody else doing that. Like I told you guys, I'm not good with electronics.
That's smart.
Somebody else is dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
So Brandon.
Oh, my wife. Sorry. My wife gave me the look. My wife is doing all this stuff. I got you, babe.
You went head to head against Sebastian in the last Canada Virtual tournament, right?
Yeah, it was
in the semis. I was against you in the quarters,
and I let you go. I let you
opted.
So listen, you owe us a thank you, eh? Because George let you go, I let you go because I wanted to get you into the finals, man.
I appreciate that, boys. I thought I had it. And you know what the worst thing is? When the round I shot that day was the worst round I shot that day. I shot a 101. I shot a 103. I shot 100.
God.
And then you put the camera on, and
you were going head to head with.
But you still threw good though.
With
Scott. He had the best average in the round robin. But I would think if my average, not counting the 21 against you, all my rounds were 85 or higher in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, Scott was a great player. And I was going to ask you, you recorded that without knowing his score, correct?
No, we didn't know the score. So you record it. Yeah, you record it. We just recorded it. Then we send it to Matt, and he deals with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I knew he averaged 92. So I said, if I can get 95 to 100, if I get over 98, I'm probably going to win. 95 to 98, it's going to be close. Anything under that, I'm going to lose.
Right.
And so I ended up shooting I had a couple bad breaks in that. Like I won't lie, you can see, I believe it was the 9th round. I got a 9, but one of my shots popped over the hole.
Yeah. Well, your lowest round was an 8. You shot two 12 packs. I think round 3 and 4 back to back.
Yeah, I was at 53 after.
Yeah, you had the
good
lead.
Memories.
You had the all
the way to the 9th,
right up until the 9th, and then
then he went up by 1. But you know what? Even with his last bag, he got lucky on a couple shots. Not that I'm saying taking anything away from him. He's a great player, but you could talk in the 6th. I think Matt even says it. He hit a bag and dragged both of those in.
Oh, that
both should have not gone in. And nothing against that. That's 6. That's an extra 4 points right there. And then even in the 10th, he shot to the left. If it's a half an inch to the left, both of those bags don't go in, and I win by 1. Yeah. Like it's a game of inches, and I love it because mine bounced over the hole, which was an inch. His an inch went in. Yeah. But that's what I love about this. Yeah, no matter how good you think you are, you can lose to anybody on any given day.
And let me tell you, Brandon, I know you've been playing a lot of virtual because of COVID, but wait till hopefully things open up here and we start to play more competitively. And even with the live person, totally different game. It's fantastic because it's not only just the throwing, but it's the conversation piece, right? It's the seeing what's happening around you. Right?
Like when we went to that very tournament, I loved it. Like, I'm an outgoing person. I'm like the class clown. I like to talk to people. I'm not like, if somebody beats me, I'm not going to take them down. I'm going to pick them up. If I beat somebody, I'm going to help them get better. Because this is about helping us get better. And nothing against you, John, but it's about helping Canada beat the States.
Absolutely.
We need to come there and beat you guys and show you that, you know what, you may have 20 years, but in 5 years, we can show you how it's really done, like in ice hockey.
We'll just send the 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds.
Hey, who's going to help them when they start crying? I'm not that guy. I'll send them over.
So
they're good.
For sure. I'm gonna open up another video here to share. It's the round that you played. So I can see the stage. Is that the stage behind your partner there, behind that?
Yeah, that's ESPN back there. Yeah.
So this is the bracket D you're playing. Let's just go over this game here. Now you're playing against Jerry and Hunter, and Jay's throwing his first round. So the atmosphere around there, I mean, there are a lot of people, aren't there? Like all you hear is bags everywhere, right?
A lot of bags flying. Yeah, a lot of bags.
So John, when you're
John,
like, is it nonstop? Once you start, you're playing, or do you get time to practice in between games, or is it just bang, you're on this court, then 5 minutes later you're on this court, then you're on this court? Like, how's it go?
Sometimes it's kind of alters. It is sometimes you're back. You get done, you get a text that says completed, and then you get a text that says you're up on 60. Court 60. So, but then sometimes, you'll sit there. It never was more than 15, 20 minutes and you're back up for sure.
Oh, okay.
But there's a couple times once you're done, I mean, it's just money game after money game after money game.
So I just call you up and say, hey, you want to play us doubles for some money?
I just go around. I talk shit to everybody, man. I don't know if you watch our podcast, my podcast.
I don't. Now I have to.
I talk shit to everybody.
Now I have to watch it because I love shit.
Hey,
absolutely.
Oh, dude.
So
dude, I talk more than anybody.
So you're about to throw here. You got your earbuds in, and I'm sure you're listening to some nice music.
Classical.
I was listening to Dilemma by Nelly.
Nice.
That's what was playing right there.
Oh, I can't see the bags because all your faces are in the way.
Oh yeah, you got to move that thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. If I do that, I'm probably going to disconnect.
Just put your arrow on it, hold the button, and then slide it. Probably.
So what's happening here? You've got a couple bags hanging. He comes around the corner. Were you able to see that? And then
I can.
So the one before that, where you threw an airmail. And you guys were not slowing down on these two at all, were you?
No. Yeah, it went fast. It was crazy. We got on the broadcast court. This is before ESPN. I didn't know we were going over there. So I'm like, damn, I finally get some camera time. This is the first time I've ever been on this court. Right. And it was just like, oh, well, that sucks. I only got to throw like 3 times. So, yeah, it kind of sucked. But then right after that's whenever they called us over there. But, yeah, Corley's a blocker, man. He likes this real sticky bag.
Right.
I like him, but I like blocking with slick side. I can throw the bag really high and accurate, so I like to throw it up and leave it on slick side. I can push it in easier.
Is that you were saying off air here your baseball experience? You played slow pitch, I'm assuming softball. Yeah, and you're a pitcher.
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
I pitch. So yeah, it's my softball throw. I mean, really, it feels the same to me.
100%.
Let me ask you a question. How many players in the state? Because we in our first pod, I don't know if you've seen it, but our first podcast that we did, we actually talked a lot about how other sports, namely baseball and slow pitch for sure, can kind of translate like into cornhole. It's kind of like the after you're finished your baseball career, you kind of go into cornhole. But how many players in the States do you think are like baseball players or slow pitch players that play cornhole?
Oh, a lot. I've talked to a lot of them. A lot of them are pitchers. Like there's quite a few pros that they've said they were pitchers. So it's kind of crazy.
John, when you talk about softball, you're talking about 6 to 12, where you have to throw between 6 to 12 feet, or are you talking windmill?
No, it's 6. It's slow pitch, the arc.
Yeah, no, I played it. I was pitched for that as well.
No.
Right.
I don't know how far it is, 60 foot or something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but you got to hit the mat. You got to hit the mat, and it counts.
Yeah, hit the mat. Yep.
You're essentially hitting a cornhole board, right? But no hole.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing, you curve it, and I would anyway. You throw that little side arm, and then all this. It's kind of the same, really.
It's 100%. I found that my thing with that helped a lot.
You said, look, see that?
Yeah, I was going to ask you because you stepped out there because you wanted to drag it in, right? You wanted to bring it in a bit.
Well, see, I like when I go bag like that. That's still able. I can get that bag. I don't not in one shot, but I can work it over there, and then if I have to, I can get it there for an airmail to drag it. Well, he didn't like it, so I just moved back because we were up 11-0. So I was like, "Yeah, all right, you're right." He said, "No, we didn't." At the end, he gave me a little speech. You know, he said, no, there's no reason. You know, I'm like, okay, you're right. We're up.
No, it's a game. There's a lot of reason to do it.
Well, it's like in slow pitch. I mean, sometimes you're beating a team, and you know what? After 4 innings, you're going to mercy them. So we used to tell our players when I was coaching the kids, that was our sign, right? Meaning base to base, you're only going on a hit.
Yeah.
No stealing, no nothing, because we didn't drive all the way here to go home after 4 innings, right? So same idea, and it's also respect, right? You don't want.
No, but what I'm saying about this game is, I've seen guys up 16-2 and lose. I've seen guys up 19-3 and lose. So you're gonna throw points away because you feel bad? You know what? If he was going against, like, say, 2 guys in the backyard, yes, this is a Nationals. You don't take it easy. You want to win. Like, don't leave it up to chance. Because all of a sudden this guy catches fire. And he's hitting airmail after airmail, throwing it in. Now they lose. Well, because I didn't drag that one back.
See right there.
You're still able to push it.
Now I worked it back.
That's
It's worked back now.
Yeah. And there it is.
Yeah.
Bam.
And boom. Got it. See, that bag was gettable.
Yeah, it worked out in your favor. Now you were saying
what I would have done there, John, is I would have thrown my bag to kind of push bully bag yours to the left and keep mine right there to give you a hard. That would have been my strategy right there, 100%. Because I know you could bring that bag back in. So now, if you want to bring it back in, you bring mine with it.
Yeah, if I'm him, see. A lot of people just throw it in the hole, man. That's why they lose. And if you throw it back right there like that, I'm gonna throw up there, and I'm leaving my bag sitting on yours, almost in right there, but on your bag. I'm not throwing my bag in the hole.
Yeah, because now it makes your next shot harder. It makes everything harder.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I can just go around mine because it's on your side, or I can throw airballs.
Yep. There's a lot more to it. You got to be able to you got to have bag placement, basically.
Well, I think that's what separates people. People don't realize, for anybody that's new here in Canada, hopefully watching this, and they're just, kind of checking us out, to kind of take from that is that's what separates, I think, the top players from just even a good player. Those top players, even though people pick up a bag and throw it, really the game is so much more than that bag placement, spin, rotation, arc, what side, all that stuff. And it's such small little increments of adjustments that happen that is maybe not noticeable, but those are the things that set you apart, right?
And I've been working on my grip. Now I can to throw a straight bag, I'll hold the bag up here on the top, and I want to use these fingers. They'll be here, but I don't grip it, and I throw it like that. And that's the only way I could get that bag from the left side perfectly straight to drag that bag around your back. I just couldn't get my bag to go perfectly straight with my other grips. So it's weird. And most people, I've tried to tell people that, but they can't do it. I don't know. It just feels comfortable to me because I've done it so many times, but I got different grips for different shots. I change my grip all over the bag when I throw. I mean, you have to work on it.
On that grip there, and I asked this to everybody just because for the viewers out there, you had the seam on top. Does the seam matter to you at all?
Always. I don't know. It's just a thing. I like the seam there. A lot of people like to hold it.
Right.
A lot of people hold it. I don't like holding it.
I put my seam inside my palm myself.
Yeah. See, most people do. I don't know. So. I'm not sure why. I've never liked to hold the grip. It just feels different. So I don't know.
And what about your airmail grip? Is that different?
My airmail grip, I squeeze like this.
Okay.
This is my regular throw usually, and I just flip it, and then I actually scoot to the front of the board for my airmail and stand up tall. I just changed that a couple months ago. I was good with airmails over 50%, but when you go to a national and play against a pro, you figure out that's not good enough. Right. You got to throw 70 or better. I mean, they just bang airmails on you. You block them, they throw an airmail. It's just you do that now, but man, you got to be able to put the airmail on the back right, the back left. I mean, you got to hit it. It's unreal. So I had to get a spot. I scoot up because it's my regular throw. I don't have to change my throw, and now I can. And then you just learn how to dip it, coming in like this or like this or like this. I mean, there's just about a slight hand movements, but most people just practice. They just throw it in the hole and they think they're going to get better. But you have to figure it out how to get bags to to alter the way they come in. And sometimes you got to hit the back of that hole and it's got to come in like this. It happens but you got to practice it. It's insane how much you got to throw it, but it does work. I mean, you will get there.
I won't lie, the airmail is my favorite shot because it's intimidating to a person. You can hit it mentally. So I have 2 different airmail shots. I have one where I go really low to get high to go over the blocks in front. And then I have one where it's a little bit lower to drag the bag in or knock one off the back for an and one.
Oh, yeah.
But I hold the bag the same way. I always hold the corner. So I hold the corner like this, half the piece in my hand, half out. I don't really care where the seam is. It could be here. Like, some guys, they have to put it the same way on the board. I don't really care. As long as I have that corner and I feel it, and then I have to.
That's how Noah he holds it like that. Noah.
Yeah. So then I have
he holds it just like.
So when I throw, it's because I used to play basketball as well. Follow through. Like, people don't understand that. When you let go of a bag,
everything.
If you throw your arm to the right, a lot of times it's going to go to the right. So I follow through. I point my toes when I throw, because I do a one step. My feet are pointing. I play football. You point where you want the bag to go. You point where you want the ball to go. It's this stuff that people don't understand. Like
but people just don't get.
No, they don't get it. They're just throwing beanbags right now.
They're like, I just get it in the hole. Yes. You know what? You can get lucky and get it in the hole 4 times, 7 out of 8. But when that game goes to 8, 9 rounds, all of a sudden, you need to have this.
That's what we always said. We always said that. Me and my buddy, my old partner Nap, we always said that. Yeah, they can throw in the hole with us. How long can they throw in the hole with us?
Right.
That's the difference in being good.
It throws one guy off. Like,
for sure.
All of a sudden, he misses 2 shots. Now he's not throwing it in the hole anymore, and he doesn't know why. Well, if you realize how you released it and your body work, then it's easy to fix. When you don't know that stuff, then it's just magic.
Your throw right now, John, how much has it changed, including your the way you stand? Did you ever do 1 foot forward and then the right, or have you ever?
I've always been left foot. I've always been left foot forward. I've never stepped or anything, and I tried to just broke it down into the most simple thing. I hold the bags here, and then I tap the bags a couple times before I throw every time. Right. I had to slow myself down. I used to hurry. Right. So that's what that was. That's why I do it. If you watch my match bag, you'll see me do it every time. A couple taps, and then I go back and stop at the waist and just throw it. I try to cut everything out, no behind the back. That's where everything gets all screwed up to me, but not everybody. I mean, obviously, you watch Matt Guy, he steps, and I tell everybody not to step because it can be different. Your step's different every time, but with him, it's not. It's the same every time. Unreal.
You got to respect that, right? So yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
I've got another video here that we're going to break down, but before we do, I wanted to ask you about your 19-hour trip. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah,
did you go straight through?
No, my buddy. We were going to fly, and then we're just waiting on the ticket. The prices really never changed. I thought they were closer, and just never really changed. It's $350 to $400 round trip. Well, then he's just so we couldn't have our sponsors on there on our KCC. I don't know, can't go into all that, but it's a big mess. But we
I saw a posting on there, but
a lot of people were angry about that. A lot of people were angry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they helped us out, the ACL, and they ended up giving us some stuff. But both me and Kyle, the guy I rode with, we both got a set of ACL boards, which are freaking flawless. I mean, you can't get a better board. They're made so perfect. Right. But I talked to him, and he said he'd give me a set. And I was like, well, I can't bring it back on the plane. Well, then Kyle was like, let's drive. And I was just like, And I was like, I messaged Trey Ryder, and I was like, hey, can we get him there? And he's like, yeah, I'll bring you an old set. He was just going to give me an older set. Well, we got done, and I was like, so can I get those boards still? And he's like, let me go talk to him. And he's like, yeah, just go over and they're putting the boards up. We use, half of them because we're just finishing the blind draw. You just pick whatever ones you want. I was like, oh, okay. So we both got brand new sets of boards, and they're just made different. Like even the legs, how your legs will fold out and they bump up against the back. They have a groove cut out where they just sit on the back. So the back actually sit on the legs, in a group. Oh, it's just
that's pretty amazing.
Unreal. Oh, they're amazing. I mean, you look at all of what I was looking at today, and it's just like they use nothing but plywood, Baltic birch. They double the plywood to make the legs. I mean, it's just, they're beautiful. And then they cut out a groove to put the legs, the crossbar on the legs, like it's cut into the legs. So it is actually flush with it. I mean, it's just
nice.
They're amazing. They're heavy, but they're amazing. Like,
but I find the problem in Canada is we can't get boards or bags from you guys because none of the manufacturers ship it. Nobody ships here. And I wanted to get Donkey Kong Vikings because I'm a huge Donkey Kong fan. I wanted to get the 420 all slides. Just like bags to add to the collection because they look cool, not because I'm going to use them. But you message these people, nope, can't go to Canada. I'm like, Canada is right next door. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I'll pay the extra shipping. Throw $50 on it. Like, you won't do
that's
it.
Why that's why I started the Legend brand, is like part of like the reason of like when we started here, it was same thing. We couldn't find anything, so I ended up just trying to do it myself. And I'm like, you know what? I taught myself how to sew. I got material, and I just started making bags because it's tough. And then the shipping is like is hard, like the cross border stuff. So, but you know,
I got a set of Reynolds because John Kitchen in that the one you were in. So when he said to me this, all of a sudden I talked to a bunch of other guys. Their pros started talking and say, "Well, now I got to send you a set and stuff like that," because remember, I was still new to it. Like, I still hadn't even thrown a round inside when I joined up for this thing. I was like, okay, and then I'm thinking he's going to have, like, because Reynolds sponsored him, that he's going to say, okay, here's one of my bags that I don't use anymore. Here, and it comes with a name. Like, I was like, I won't lie to you, I'm a grown man, but I almost cried.
Dude. Hey, Jeff Reynolds is the man. He put your name on there.
Yeah, I talked to him for maybe. I talked to him like when I found out he was partner. I had him on Facebook. He added me. I sent him a message, and we started talking. And he's a huge Eagles fan too. He lives in New Jersey. And we just, the first night, we literally texted back and forth for about an hour and a half, talking about Cornhole and all this stuff, answered every question I had. And then throughout the stuff, like, we still message now, like, because of the Eagles stuff. But, like, I watch he'll go live and I'll watch him. I support him. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's an amazing player.
Yeah, he
is. But he's also an amazing guy. Like, that's what makes this sport,
it is.
He doesn't know me from anybody. Yep. He's never going to talk to me. Like, he never had to talk to me again, but he chose to continue talking to me. He chose to do this. Like, that's what sets this sport apart from every other sport. Because I guarantee if somebody did a pro-am with baseball players or football players or any sport, here you go. Here's a signed jersey. You never hear from that person again.
Yeah.
But, like, this guy's, like, he said, hey, a Philly game, if I ever go down, message him. We'll throw in the parking lot together. Like,
oh, yeah.
Awesome. There's definitely a lot of
I already loved it. Sure, it's easy. Made me just love it even more. And, like, then I said, okay, now I got to take this up a notch. I got to show to him what I know I can do.
Yeah.
So
awesome, man.
There's a lot of great people, a lot of great players. But John, let me ask you, if you're going to go up against, or if there's any player that you don't want to go up against, who would that player be?
Noah Wooten. I already telling them, man. Noah Wooten is the cash game king. Like, you play Noah for money, he's even better. Like, it's unreal. I pay his bill for him plenty of times. I always tell him that, man. He's the coolest dude ever. Like, Noah's a badass dude, man. There ain't no better person. He's cheering for everybody. He won't ever tell you he's good. He'll tell you, everybody calls him big average because he says, because you'll say, damn, he says, shit, big average. Like, he ain't even good. But man, he's the biggest fan of everybody. But he's hard. He's hard to beat. He really is. I ain't scared of nobody.
John, a question for you. So you like Noah Wooten, you think he's amazing, which I do as well. Don't get me wrong. I've watched a lot of his matches. But I think Tony Smith is the carbon copy of him. I literally, I can't tell the difference between the roll shot with both of them. They play the exact same game. Like, I've watched, I do a lot of Cornhole, Tornado, because he does the Sky Tornado. He does the greatest commentary.
He is.
He makes me feel like even when I watch his league and stuff, he makes me feel like I'm there. And
dude,
I watch a lot of Tony Smith. Tony Smith, when he plays, it's like he's not even trying. Like, it feels like he throws the bag in and he's so upset.
Noah is boom, jumping, falling. Like, he is the most dramatic player ever. I love it, but he hits these shots that you're like, come on, where the hell did you hit that? Like, that bag was not even, like, where did that bag even come from? How did you get that back here? And he just does it, and he's falling over to the other court like, oh, my bad. He's hitting, like, running into the dude. And I was playing Eric Zockline. I don't know if you know him, but like, we're playing at the Regalia a couple times at the Regalia ago, and Noah's falling into our court, and he's just stopped, like, right mid-throw. He's like, waiting for Noah. He's like, it's no big deal. Noah always does this. And I'm like, stop falling in our court. We are literally 10 foot away from you. But Tony Smith, he just stands there. But Tony Smith's cool, man. I said on our podcast, and Tony's a good friend now. I always talk to him and stuff. We were talking to him last night, but his game's amazing. But Reynolds players are this year, man, they are not the same. Jeff Reynolds changed his bags, and it's just none of the Reynolds guys can do it anymore. They can't roll. Their bags are bigger. They're not.
That's what a lot of them are saying. Yeah.
It's crazy. And they're all no Reynolds players. Like, Tony did not even do good in singles. And I figured he was going to win it. Really.
To be honest, he was my sleeper pick. He was my sleeper pick. Talking about it, but I really thought Matt Guy was going to take it because I've been watching Matt Guy beat Tony Smith and Noah Wooten in a tournament about a month before that. He had to double dip Tony Smith.
Yeah.
Not Tony Smith. Noah Wooten beat him and put him in the loser bracket. He beat Tony Smith, and then he had to double dip Noah, which is the hardest thing in the world. But if you go back and watch that again, and I know Noah's watched it, he had him in both games, and he missed out on 4 points in the first game he should have taken with the last bag to put in, no blockers, no nothing, and he washed it twice, and he lost my because I'm telling you, I watch this stuff and rewatch this stuff to do this. Guys, I'm
unreal.
My thing
you're right into it, buddy. You're right into it.
We're gonna have to hire. Hey, we're gonna have to hire you as like the beat on the street. Like, you're gonna come in and tell us what's going on in the world of cornhole.
When I messaged Brandon about a month ago, I go, hey, by the way, once my league starts up, you're gonna play. He goes, I'm going to play in that one, and this one, and this one, and this one, right? And his words are, he's going to play everywhere, and that's what we need. We need players that want to play, and you bring two friends, and they bring two friends, and so on.
I got lots of friends. Absolutely, stuff. I'm good. Like Sebastian knows with Pino and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of hockey guys are going to start getting into this because
100%.
Because the COVID is going to ruin ball hockey because 15 people, you got to get dressed outside, or you go to play there and you can drink during it. I can't drink during ball hockey. Every time I do, I get kicked out. And it's not fun. I go there and I play 5 minutes, and the ref kicks me out because he sees me with a beer. Not cool. Yeah. But here, I have a beer. Everybody cheers at me. So why
That's what I'm saying. I think cornhole is going to be that transition sport. Like, I'm 40, but once you start hitting your 30s and you've been playing, because I played ball hockey my whole life too, and baseball, and it's like, what do you do after that? Like, you can't do more to the same level. You're like, I think cornhole. I think that's why I think in Canada, I know the States, it's exploded.
It's going to be huge here
in Canada. COVID, I think it's slowing us down, but it's also, I think, helping us to kind of reset and be like, okay, I think people are just going to come out of the woodworks, and it's just going to take off.
COVID is bad, but it's the best thing ever happened.
Hey, this is what you have to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So does this guy look familiar?
Look at that guy.
Let's take a look. Let's break down. This was the championship match against Scott Sullivan.
I didn't get to watch this.
So there's
so I have a John, I don't know if you know, I have a left to right shot, so I have to play that. But his boards that day,
playing the hook. He's playing the hook.
No, that was the practice round. Like, they throw the airmail good.
No, that was the first one.
No, I didn't throw I threw the airmail. This is the first round. I always started on this side. And look, this should have went in. This is where I was pissed.
Blocker.
No, but I hit it perfect. You know where it's supposed to slide more, but it held up, and I don't know why.
Is this in normal speed?
I'm a fast thrower.
This is a normal. speed.
This is normal speed.
I was gonna say.
When I get in the rhythm, I got the rhythm. So all my shots are the same.
Yep.
One step up, hold, bang.
And there's
your fast forward. I'm like, damn,
your first.
You're moving.
Oh. See that one? I don't know why it didn't turn because my shot goes left to right.
I believe it stays on.
It does stay on, but it should have went in. Like I don't know why. Like that's sometimes with my shot, I don't know why it didn't go in. Like it throws me off.
You opened your hand rather than doing that little thing. You do a little thing with your hand. It goes right to left.
So that's okay. Perfect.
I saw that. It like barely. You opened your hand more, so it went perfectly straight.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one thing too. I was saying, like, yeah, you were throwing fast, right? I was like,
but I'm not, like the problem is when you're doing
throwing good.
Throwing good though, yeah, throwing good. But I mean, I wonder if you took like a half a second there.
The problem is reset. Remember, you got people watching you.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you're in. Yeah.
Let's see. I bring this one. Did I get this? No.
Yeah, that one you got. Yeah.
No, there's a one shot that I got very excited. You'll see me do the fist pump. I was so excited. I only had 3 off the board, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you shot well.
You shot well, man. You threw 9. Like, that one. Yeah, that was a good one.
3 every time. At least 3 every time.
Yeah, your lowest round was 8, which I think you only.
That one right there. You see how it went off the back? It didn't catch. This one. I think this is my 9th round.
Got it.
There you go.
Rewind it to the second round after you watched your last. I think I see every time. The only time I could see your hand was that one where I was talking about. Like your hand usually goes high. Ran it off. Yeah, it was just crazy. I think the one I was talking about, like you could see your hand and it was nice and like open.
So I did, because a lot of times it's only my these fingers that like I keep those fingers like pointed. So maybe I did do it on that one. So because I couldn't. That's the only shot of the whole round that I didn't understand what I did wrong. The other ones I knew what I did wrong.
This is the first round. It's the second round that you wanted to see, John.
The second round down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good. Watch them all. Hit the air, man.
Yeah. So you know what? If you if you hit those 3 that flew off, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you win this thing, man. It's crazy. It's like so crazy how small. It's like
how many did you lose by? 1?
By 1.
Yeah, but this one, that's the only shot. I threw it slick side, and it should have went more because the boards were fast that day. Right, I don't know why it stopped.
So your second shot, watch. Or third. One of them. Which one was it? Was it this round? Nope, it wasn't this round. You got them all there.
Did you see how I left the hand up?
Yeah, that's when it goes perfectly left to right.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're saying it's that one that he doesn't do that, doesn't fall.
Yeah, he pushed his hand out and Butch is a good shot. I mean, it went perfectly straight. Right there, look, you can see your hand.
I can see my hand. It stayed to the right. It stayed to the right and open. It didn't come across.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
okay. So
right after this.
So
right there.
There it is. See how the hand's still there?
Yeah.
It didn't come across. Yeah. Okay. See, I couldn't figure it out. I will lie to you guys. I've watched every one of my matches. Afterward, I watched 8 or 9 times to help myself get better. Sure. So, like my first couple rounds, I noticed that my feet were moving too much. Yeah. Then I noticed that I wasn't standing still. And then the best thing is videotaping yourself, watching it, and going through
absolutely. You got to.
It's helped me out so much.
For sure. So, what's John? What's COVID like down there? Like in regards to your town and city, how's that affected your day to day? Has it?
Mask everywhere. Mask. It's annoying, but I mean, you just have a mask now. You don't even think about it.
John, you can go.
You start to walk in those places, and you're like,
shh. You can go play and go to restaurants and stuff like that. Everything's good with you guys.
Yeah. You can go. We play. Our league has been canceled for a little bit, but because if somebody gets COVID, they cancel league for a few weeks. But we got a rec center here that I have a key to, so I can just go up there and play anytime I want. So it's kind of nice. But
nice.
They let us go in there anytime we want.
That's cool.
So we always got somewhere to throw. But I'm a barber. I got a barber shop, so I can play in there anytime I want. Nice. That's the nice part.
Guys, give me 1 second. I gotta grab another beer.
Have you used your new ACL boards yet?
Oh yeah, I threw on today. Yeah. I was working. I went to work today, and between haircuts, I'm throwing on them. They're slick. Nice. God dang, they're so slick. They're way too slick. But you get used to them. But even I don't like them that slick, but like I do like the fact that it's messing with all the people that like the rollover. Not very many people hit rollover.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's part of it. Maybe they, with their new boards, maybe they say, you know what, let's make them a little slicker to like, you know, change the meta a little bit of the game, like where it's like, oh yeah, you got roll shot. Well, now how are you gonna roll when it's ice, right?
Yeah.
Well, it makes it the same for everybody, though, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the broadcast, the ESPN boards were actually still sticky. Like they were. If you watch Noah's matches on there, like he's rolling over a lot, perfect. He hits such good rollovers. But if you look at who finished, you know, and if you can't remember, there's a post on there. Frank Modlin, he put the post on there. It said, "Game changers first, game changers second, game changers fifth, game changers seventh, game changers like in everything." And it was just like, damn, game changers just, you know, they were playing that perfect slick side, and it was just going in. It even came back like it. Justin Lang, I don't know if you'd heard of him. One of our buddies, he's just from Kansas City, but he threw this shot. It went up, and like here's the back of the board, and it went up like this, hanging over the board, and then it came back like that.
I seen that shot. I watched it. It was crazy.
It's just like,
John, what do you do with like how do you warm up boards? How do you make it like what makes a board fast? What makes a board slow? Like how does this work? So I know. So like I know when to change my shots.
Yeah.
Oh, they just the finish they put on them is ridiculous. I mean, we play on this league here at the Elks, and they're stupid slick. Like it's not even fun to play on boards like that to me. But because if I throw a bag and I throw a game changer block, let's say up there, and it's on slick side, and it just starts coming back, that's ridiculous.
I agree with that.
Slick. Yeah. I should be able to play my shot, and I can't because it's so slick. I like boards that are just perfect for everybody. You know?
Right.
I want to play on everybody. I want to play inside, of course, but everybody says real bags is outside. That's what I always hear, but bullshit. We all work on our shots. I work on my shot that I have teardrops that can fall in and creep around your bags and all that. And you work on, let's say, rollovers and all. So if the boards are perfect and we're inside, we can all play what our strengths. Like we should be able to.
Right.
You play outside, you can't do that, and I hate that.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I like the airmail. No matter how the board is, put it in the hole with an airmail. Like you can have a rollover shot, and it's going to go not enter anything. The airmail is going to go in.
But again, outside you have issues with wind.
Oh yes, no, with that. But I'm saying indoors.
Indoors, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, indoors.
Yeah. If you can hit 70 plus airmail, like 70%, like. You're pretty much unstoppable. Throw a block and then 3 bags in, right? Like you're getting 10 points.
Well, 2 bags in and then a push back in. You got to push it back in. You gotta go 4 back.
No, but even if you don't, right? If you throw, saying if you can get 3 of your bags in airmail, you throw a block, that guy gets screwed. You're still getting 10 points. He's getting 8. It changes the game. Right?
Yeah. And see, a lot of people don't block like Matt guy. I don't know, but if you know, but he doesn't block. He just throws it in the hole. If you
airmail. In airmail. That's it.
If he said at the brigade the other day, he said, if I block you, it's because I didn't throw hard enough. I'm never, ever trying to block you. I was like,
hey, I don't know, John, did you see the stats of the tournament? Yeah. He shot, he had 9.62% in the hole per round. He was the highest out of everybody. Person that shot against his average opponent shot like 9.17. Like some of these guys' numbers, like Eamon Dennis shot 9.32, and he went against guys who shot 8.76. So in a tournament style,
those are weird stats because like everybody plays different. Matt Guy, he just throws it in the hole. So you play me,
let's say you block. It's going around you. So it throws your stats off total, but it's still a pretty good stat to see. Like you want to see. But I think they should add that stat where somebody's watching your game and they say, well, if you threw a block on the first one, so now you calculate he's 40% block, 8% in the hole. Like four blocks, 8, like stuff like that.
Should make up for it, but you'll never see those stats. But it should make up for it because I play a different game than Matt Guy. I'm going to block you, and if you throw a bag up there on the right side, Matt Guy's not going to throw it up there on your bag. So your bag, to make it harder for you on the next shot. And I am. And it's just a totally weird
and
stat.
That's why I didn't like this. I made a comment on it. I said, okay, yeah, guys, we can all throw it in the hole if you're just playing. But what's that do? Like, no. Like, I watched a lot of Matt Guy stuff because everybody live feeds Matt Guy. There's 18 cameras, 18 things on my Facebook. You can watch every one of his matches from different angles. It's like he already has his ideas. And so I'm watching this, and like, I would still throw that first blocker because he does miss his airmen. And his throwing in percentage is ridiculous. If you want to go bag for bag, he's going to beat you every time.
Oh, yeah.
If you change that,
he throws 49% 12 pack. I don't know if you saw that stat.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
49.
Like, I just thought, like, watching him is what everybody should want to be, because you know what? He doesn't take a shot off. He doesn't take it easy. He is there to win. He's a nice guy. He'll talk to everybody. But he's still there. He's concentrating. He's in the zone. Yeah. And that's how you should be as a professional. Afterwards, he talks to people. He made jokes. I don't know if you guys saw the video. Called Gronkowski out.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, he called Gronkowski
He's a
out.
great guy.
Like, to play a doubles with him and his son. But I'm like, okay. But on another side note, is he has his own setup in his garage. He has time to practice every day for a couple hours. And doing that,
it makes
can only make you better.
100%. I was going to ask that of you, John. So do you have those capabilities at home, or do you have to go to the rec center when you want to throw bags?
No, not at home. In the summer, I do. I built a cornhole deck in my backyard.
Nice.
But,
nice.
I got to get one back here.
Hey, I put it on Facebook, and I said, anybody trying to have their deck tore down, I'll buy the wood cheap. Something 2 people let me tear the deck apart.
Oh,
for free.
nice.
So I just brought it home and built the cornhole deck, 40-foot cornhole deck out.
It's amazing.
Well, if we're ever in Kansas,
it's awesome.
Coming by for sure.
For real, I'm telling you. So it's nice.
So what's next for John Fuentez and your partner Corey? You guys
got a national in Wichita in 6 weeks, but I'm actually playing next weekend in Arkansas. It's called the Gauntlet. Matty King, he makes dragon bags. I don't know if you know Matty King.
Yeah.
I know Matty King.
Yeah.
How long's the drive there?
Dragon bags. We're having it's 3 hours, I think. But
that's not bad.
I'm gonna go up to Kansas City and Trey Birchfield, Noah, and Tony Smith. They're gonna fly into Mark Isley's, my sponsor, best friend guy. But he made a cornhole bus, and it's like a mini bus, So it's one of them white ones that pick you up. But he took everything out of it and put couches and everything in there. But we're gonna just meet there. They're all gonna fly there, but I'll drive up there and we'll drive down to Arkansas and just hang out in the bus on the way there. Oh, dude, and I'm playing with Trey Birchfield, so
nice.
So he's gonna be a partner. What about King? Where's Derek King?
DK, he said he couldn't play. I actually asked him first. I was trying to sneak around and get somebody because it's a gauntlet. The gauntlet is singles, right? So I didn't want to get somebody too strong in singles because I want to win it, but it's $100. It's guaranteed $2,500 payout.
Wow.
So, and it's only allowing 50 people. So, and once it's full, they can't get in, even if they want to get in. So I tried to get DK, and because he told me he can play the tournament with me, and he couldn't go. So I was like, oh, well, that means your partner's available. So I sent a message to Trey, and he's like, he checked flights and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'll play. Let's go. So nice. Yeah, I get to play with Trey Burke.
Will that be televised or anything? Like, will that be shown anywhere?
No, it'll be live. Mark Isley on Kansas City Cornhole. He'll be live a lot.
So wait, Kansas Cornhole? So I gotta join that group. I gotta see this.
Kansas City.
Yeah,
like Kansas City.
On your Facebook feed now, it's like cornhole.
It is.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know what the worst thing is? When the wife wakes up at 3 a.m. and I'm watching videos of people playing.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? Messaging somebody? I'm like, look, he hit this amazing shot. And I'll rewind.
No. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is insane.
That's awesome, man.
But the problem is, if you don't have a passion for this, you don't love it, you're never going to go anywhere. It's like anything.
Brandon, I don't think you have a passion for this, Brandon.
Oh, not at all.
Listen, all I know is this. I know that anybody watching this that comes to any tournament and sees Brandon are going to I'm not playing this guy because this guy's here to win. I don't care who you want playing, 6-year-old, 35-year-old, 90-year-old, you're going down. That's
guys, I told you this. This was my goal. When I found out that Like I don't. So the first time I ever played in, so I wanted to get an airmail box because apparently that's the best thing you got to get to help with your airmail. I saw it and I said, okay, I want the design. So I messaged Buffalo Boards and they said, yeah, we don't ship there. And so JC Cornhole, which we all know. So I messaged him up and I sent him an email. I said, hey, I want to get a board made with my team logo because you got to have a team logo. My last name is Brown. So I wanted Team Brownhole.
Right.
So I, like the O was going to be the whole, like I had this whole thing. So I messaged him up and he's like, calls me right away. And he's like, yeah, what do you want? I told him, he goes, okay, I'll make this for you. He goes, in the meantime, I have a box here if you want to use it. And I was like, well, like I've never talked to this guy before. He doesn't know me from anybody. And I was like, yeah, I'll use that box. So he says, okay, come up tomorrow and come grab it. So I go to the Kitchener, an hour and 10 minutes away. I show up. He's there. He has a drink in his hand. He's like, you want to throw a couple rounds? And I'm like, okay.
What's that? Oh, yeah. There you go.
That's me. That's me.
Is that you?
I think that's me. Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty much one of the only Brandon Browns that are light skinned, to be honest. Like, so I go to him and I show up and he has drinks. He's like, you want to have a couple drinks? Throw some bags? And I was like, yeah. And then I find out Octane is with
Got it.
No. I'll add you. Don't worry. It's easier that way. Because I know I'm on John Kitchen's pro page. You're on there too.
What?
I'll add you.
Yeah, add me because then I can add you to the Kansas City Cornhole. I just added Jorge or George.
So he lets me throw with him that day. So I'm in my big winter boots because we just had some snow. I get out and he was on ESPN like 4 years ago. He played with the Canada. So I go, me and him 4-pack the first 4 shots. He goes, are you here to hustle me? I was like, no, I'm not. Like I'm here. And we literally played for 7 hours. I didn't leave it till 3:30 in the morning. He let me take this board home without paying him a cent.
Nice.
And then we just started talking after that. He invited me out of time, told me about Matt. And like literally I have legend bags. I want to get I'm actually gonna get the legend bags with the weed from that you showed.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones I want to get next.
I have one set. Hey, just so you know, I have one set waiting for you. They're ready.
I want that. So I get so I got Donkey Kong from Octane.
Nice.
I've got like my first bags were brown bags. So I'm supporting all of Canada stuff. But Matt, Matt's a great guy.
Awesome guy.
Yeah. Like I won't lie to you, I message him at 10 o'clock at night. He'll go into the shop and go make those bags so they're ready for me in 2 days. Like it's ridiculous. Like my wife's not here, but I just made her a set because in order for us to play more, we gotta get the wives. So the more she plays, the more I play, no getting in trouble. So I got her like a sweet set of bags that I got to pick up this week. She's going to die when she sees them. And guess what? I get to play cornhole 4 times a week.
There you go, buddy.
You see? It's all about being smart.
These are the type of guys that we know they're out there, right?
Yeah,
we're just going to get them coming out because you would think in a city like Toronto, there'd be people wanting to play. And we've tried, but then
it's crazy how many people there are, and you just got to get them.
But it's not advertised.
But here's the thing: we started there's definitely cornhole players in cities like Kitchener, even Peterborough, right?
Yeah.
But that's
where it is.
I'm talking about the big metropolis like Toronto, right? We did try and we did get something going at Baseline, but then COVID hit and everything was put on a hold. So we're going to try again in the next few weeks, and we'll see.
Hey, just so you know, Jorge, you're screwed because I'm only 30 minutes from there. I'm going to be there before you open up, and you're going to have to kick me out.
Well, you moved. You're like 5 minutes away from my house now, right?
Yeah. So I'll grab you. We'll go play all night, and then we'll come back in the morning.
There you go.
That's it, buddy.
Then once in a while, Sebastian, if he's allowed to come out, he can come with us.
I'm in, buddy. I'm in. I'm there for sure.
But yeah, guys, I think Sebastian.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, man, like this, guys, this was like awesome, man. Like this is probably one of the, I had an awesome, like we're almost an hour and a half in here. And like, I could talk for another hour, but I think my wife's going to kick my ass in like 30 seconds. Speaking of but actually getting to that point, I think that's the other key here for Cornhole is because, women can play any sport, but like, I feel like this is a sport where the husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, you can play together as a team. And that's maybe one thing that separates this game as well. And I think that's something that if anybody's watching, get your wives involved, get your husband, you play together, make it like a family event, go out and you could go out on a Saturday, play a tournament. The whole family can play. So this game is going to take off in Canada, and I can't wait to play guys like you down in the States. And I hope the border opens up soon, so maybe we can come there and you guys can come up here, because I think you guys coming up here, having some tournaments up here, for sure, having like some pro-ams or like Canada versus US kind of matches is gonna help us out up here too. So
slider cups are the thing to do.
Slider cups, that's it.
What slider cups again? I watched a couple of them, but I didn't understand.
You get a 12-man team, like we do Kansas versus Arkansas versus Missouri. Kansas won it every time, but I was the captain, but you pick 11 of the guys. You play singles, doubles, and crew cup. I don't know if you guys play crew cup a lot, but
I love crew cup. Team. We don't play, but I love it.
Awesome. Yeah. So you start singles, and then you go doubles. You get 1 point, and then you can do points however you want, but you do one for crew cup has to be worth quite a bit more because it all comes down to crew cup. But keep track of every single match. You get points for first, second, third. You throw out 3 people, like your first 3. You'll list your 3 people, and then you draw a chip. So I throw out my number 2 player first. It doesn't have to be your 1 player. You can throw out your 3 player, and he can throw out his 1 player. So then you have a pool play, and then you do 12 pool plays, and then you do 6 pool plays of doubles, and then you do crew cup. And then you just see it's the best thing because you're all rooting for each other. And, it came down to crew. Our first one came down to crew cup last match. All the ones got to play against the ones, and it was Missouri versus Kansas. It worked out perfect, and we ended up beating them. But
nice,
it's the most fun because
I think that might actually work out for us up here, because like Kitchener, Waterloo, they've been playing for 5-10 years. They're ahead of the rest of us. Like sort of, it goes the States, they Kitchener, Waterloo. Then I like Peterborough, other places like Toronto. We're still new, but have a Toronto team versus a Peterborough team versus a KW team. Now it's like it's coming. It's coming, man. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got some stuff in the pipeline with Cornhole Canada. So stay tuned.
It's good too because it gets everybody talking, you know what I mean? Absolutely. It's good. It's good rivalry, right? It's good.
Well, you want to be number 1. So who wants to be the number 1? Kitchener number 1, Toronto number 1, Peterborough. This is what it's about. And then having local so now you invite them down for our tournaments. Like say Toronto. Toronto invites all these people and says, "This is the Toronto Cup. Who's going to win the Toronto Cup?
Right.
Kitchener Cup."
Yeah, and you traveling trophy. That's what made it better.
And then all of a sudden you keep points. You keep points at all these tournaments, and then we see who's the best. Because we all love playing the game. It's all fun, but we all want to be the best. I don't care what any of you say.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's out here to be second place. Because if you say you are, just delete it right now, or I'll delete you.
Yeah, no way.
Awesome.
But but guys, thanks again, Brandon. Phenomenal, John, fantastic. We really appreciate you taking time. Is there any shout outs you want to give right now, or any links to anything?
I do. You go first, John. You go first, because hey, beauty before age.
Kansas City Cornhole.
Cornhole.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Ultra Kansas City Cornhole, and I got quite a few. Sam Roberts, Amanda Acton. There's a lot, but they all know.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Brandon.
Hey, I gotta say, JC Cornhole. His boards are amazing. I got a set coming. Octane, they do a great job. Obviously, Legend, because my first 2 bags to start me off on the path were from Legend.
There you go, buddy.
And I'm going to get into the Legend more because when I first started, the Legends were too fast for me. Yep. But now they're just right up my alley. So
you're catching up.
You got to try the new Elite bag. The new Elite bags are it's fast but slow, but controllable, and it's a perfect bag, man. Not to say because not perfect. It's we fine tuned it. So check
so what
that
you're
one
saying
out.
is I got to come to your house and feel these bags and then buy a problem.
Yes, come to my house, feel my bags, and then
there it is.
That's
hey, that's how the family becomes closer. It goes to jail.
All right, boys. Thanks again. Be safe, and we'll be hopefully seeing you on a cornhole court sometime soon.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Later, guys. Appreciate it.